to be joined by one of our favorite guests. I don't know why he always responds to you. Every time you reach out to him, he's, yeah, for sure. It's because he's a stand-up guy. He is a 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle. He is a 2-time Tom Mulhern stand-up guy award winner, which is the award that I care most about. I'm guessing it's slightly below the Pro Bowls for him. And he's hoping to someday be a Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers as well. It is our friend Kenny Clark on Wilde and Tausch. Kenny, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Hey, where are those trophies for the stand-up guy? You got those prominently displayed in your on your fireplace or something back home?
Yep, I got them on the fireplace in Green Bay. Yep.
Thank you very much. What are the couple of days before camp actually kicks off? You guys are scheduled to report Sunday. What are those like for you? Are you still at home in California? What's kind of the Kenny Clark schedule? You trying to get in some fun things before it's time to get back to work? What do you got going on right now?
Man, I just been working out. And I mean, I leave tomorrow morning. So, I mean, I just been here working out, man, and
us too.
Just getting my body ready. Just been trying to get my body right.
Well, we look forward to your arrival and this season. Tausch has tons of questions about this defense. You and I have talked about it during the offseason in the locker room. I am curious, though, just is your anticipation or excitement different for this year than it has? I mean, because you're an old man now. You're up to 28 years old. We finally got to the point where you don't have draftees who are older than you, although Michael Pratt, I think, might be close. Is it different? Is the vibe for you different with the new defense, with your expectations for this team? Is it any different coming back this year than it has been in other years?
Man, I just think, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of buzz going into the year. It's a lot different of a buzz than it was last year for sure. And it's something that, I've been used to, my whole career, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about everything. We got high expectations for ourselves as a defense and, as a team overall. So, it's an exciting year. You know what I'm saying? It should be exciting. We finished off the year strong last year. Got a lot of young pieces coming back. A lot of guys that's hungry. A lot of vets in key spots. And had a great off season as far as free agency and bringing guys in. So I think we got a lot of high expectations and a lot of great players in that locker room. And I think just overall with the team. It's just the most competitive team, that I've been a part of. Just talking about depth, I think in my past years we had a lot of teams that, at the top, at the top of the roster, we had a lot of great players, but I truly believe that, like the competition on this team is great. We got a lot of guys in a lot of different spots, and I'm excited about, getting out there with them.
Kenny, I thought last year would have been really interesting from your perspective because your whole career you had Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, and it was championship or bust mentality. And then last year you kind of said it, the expectations, there wasn't the buzz of, well, this is this, and because there was that unknown about having a quarterback that we hadn't seen a lot. How much different was it? You were going to do what you need to do, but was it nice to not have that burden of expectations, or do you like it more because what you're having this year will be those expectations are going to be back to the same as what it was with Aaron Rodgers because of the success that you had in the postseason last year?
Yeah, I don't think the expectation changed. Like, we always trying to win the Super Bowl, and that's the main goal. But like, yeah, it was a lot different. Yeah, just like you said, just with the unknown, with everything. But at the end of the day, it don't change. We still gotta go out there and play. We still gotta go out there and play ball how we know how. And Green Bay is all about winning championships. And And that's just the mentality.
No question. So can you explain what you've learned so far under Jeff Hafley, how much different it'll be for you? Because we on the outside here, well, they're going to be able to be a lot more aggressive. There's going to be more press coverage. But for you, who we see, I don't know what it is about the Minnesota Vikings with you, but every time you watch tape, you annihilate. I think you put one center into retirement from Minnesota. And the way you get pushed, you as a defensive lineman, you want to be in the backfield wreaking havoc. And it wasn't always something you could do under the old system. Is that going to change? Can you just kind of get into how excited you are and what is it going to look like how much different will it be for fans watching Kenny Clark this year?
Yeah, I just think, man, it's just the system in itself just allows us to all play fast. It allows us to just, get upfield. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something that we've been doing the last couple of years. I'm happy that we played in the 3-4, and we got a chance to learn like the techniques, of the game and all that kind of stuff, and playing the game the right way. And I think now it's just allowing us to just cut it loose and not have to think so much, not have to play with so much like true technique and be square in the gap. We can use our athletic ability. We can, cross center blocks. We can do so much. You know what I'm saying? So much that we can do within the play. We got so much, freedom. And the 4-3 is just truly just ran off it's truly just led off the front, and we got to be great up front. And I think we got the guys to do it. We got a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of depth. In every spot on the defensive line. So we just gonna be able to keep guys rolling in. And I just love it. I just love the whole scheme, the philosophy, and just how everything going.
So I think it's fair to say you like the concept of a 4-3 and that freedom, maybe a little bit more than what you did. And I've been excited about Carl Brooks. You mentioned depth. Carl Brooks was an impact cat last year when he got his opportunities. Are you as excited about Carl Brooks, and maybe are there any other young guys that you look like and think, man, I'm excited to be playing next to this guy?
Yeah. Carl's going to be a beast, man. He brings the right mentality every single day. He's a guy that wants to get better, and that's what I love about him. And I mean, he can rush. He can, as everybody can see. You know what I'm saying? His inside move, just how elusive he is. Same thing with DY, kind of the same kind of player. DY is just an athletic freak. You know what I'm saying? And I love playing with him and the things that he can do. But I mean, we got a lot of guys, man. Kobe. I've been training with Kobe this whole off season. For majority of the off season, just love the mentality that he brought into the off season. Just wanted to get some work in. He came down to California for a couple of weeks, and we've been hitting it hard together, and it's been good to be with him. TJ, and TJ's a dog, man. He's the guy that we all lean on, and he's a strong big guy in there, and TJ the dog in the middle. So. We got a lot of guys, up front. J4 had a great OTA. Love his mentality and what he brought in OTA. So we got a lot of guys. And it's going to be a lot of competition, coming into camp.
Talking with 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle and 2-time Mully Award winner Kenny Clark on Wilde and Tausch, who, by the way, talk about stand-up guys. I don't think he missed anyone on the defensive line there. That's leadership right there, right?
Good teammate right there. That's a good teammate, Kenny Clark.
Kenny, I had to think fast.
Yeah, no, that was good. That's why you're an award winner. Kenny, you keep talking about how many guys you got. We got a lot of guys. But I was talking to you during the off-season program, and you were talking about how much you guys are going to rotate. And this idea of wanting you guys to be able to really be attacking, well, that also uses a lot of energy. So help fans understand what we're going to be seeing from a rotational basis. Obviously, you don't want Kenny Clark on the sideline a lot, but is it going to be different? Are we going to see more combinations and more guys trotting out there after a few, I don't know how many plays you're going to play in a row. 6 tops? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the huge question. For me, is just knowing how many snaps I'm going to play this year and all that kind of stuff. Like over my career, like, I've been playing close to almost 60 snaps or the high 50s, which is crazy, for a defensive tackle. So, I think we're gonna rotate a lot. We're gonna rotate a lot, and I think just with this defense, you kind of got to. And when we talk about the style of defense we want to play, we want to be running to the ball every play. Getting in the backfield and all kind of stuff. You got to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? You got to be fresh to be able to do that, and to be able to do it consistently at a high level. And I think we're gonna be rotating a bunch.
Well, I'm glad you're finally going to get as much time off as Jesse and Tausch take from this show. All right, so here's another thing that I'm wondering. Are your days as a nose tackle over? Because that is at times a thankless and statistically not fun job to do. And I know you've done it a lot. You were productive on the at end in the 3-4 a lot. I know you've played mostly 3-4, I think your whole life, or at least college and the pros. So how does your role specifically change in terms of where you're going to line up? Are you going to be a 3-tech all the time? What's it going to look like?
Yeah, man, it's been a sad, couple years. Like I've been slowly just moving away, from nose tackle. I've been playing nose tackle since I was a kid. Like that's been my first position, and it's been something I've always been playing. But I'm gonna be primarily a 3-tech. When we slide the front, I'll be able to play nose and all that kind of stuff. But primarily, I'll be a 3-tech.
Okay.
Kenny, now that you're going to be doing a little more 3-tech, I always envision like one of Aaron Donald, obviously great 3-tech. Warren Sapp, when I played, that was kind of the gold standard. Who are you looking at? Is there someone from a pass rush standpoint that you're kind of looking at and saying, I wouldn't mind having some moves like that? Or is there a 3-tech that you're kind of looking at and saying, I like the way this guy plays?
Man, I watch all kind of guys. Like, Geno Atkins was my favorite player growing up, like coming out of college.
Forklift.
So, I still like
big forklift guy.
Yeah, I still watch a lot of his film. He's a great power rusher. I still watch, Mike Dees film. I watch Quentin Williams, Sheldon Rankins, Malik Collins, Javon Hargrave, Chris Jones. I watch all these guys. Aaron Donald, all those guys. I try to, take something from their game or just see what they're seeing on the field. But I'm a fan of all those guys' game.
I remember doing that story about all the people you watched and then reminding you there are a bunch of young guys now in the league that are saying, I watch Kenny Clark. I really like watching Kenny Clark. Kenny, a couple of tough questions that I have to ask you, okay? You know that I like to ask you the tough questions. You've dealt with me for a long time. First, how much better are you guys going to be as a team against the run in this system, or is it going to be a little bit of a challenge? And I ask you that because your former teammate, Brian Bulaga, who joins us every week, was talking about how in this system the concept is kind of playing the run on the way to the quarterback as you're trying to be disruptive. And when I hear him say that, I do wonder if, hey, one guy gets moved out of his gap or you guys somebody's a little more aggressive than you wanted to be. That could maybe create some creases for running backs. How's the run defense going to look and be successful this year?
I think sometimes it can kind of be like a boom or a bust, at times when you're running this type of system, but that's just the pros and the cons, what I'm saying, of the system. But I think we're gonna get a lot of TFLs. I think just playing the game, how we gonna play it, just getting more TFLs is gonna put guys behind the sticks more. And I think, throughout my years, we've been one of the top, pass rushing teams in the league. And the more we can get guys in second and 12 in longer situations, in those early downs, it's going to be better for us. Like, I think just like in the 3-4, it wasn't like guys were having long runs against us. It was a lot of like bleeding yards, like a lot of 4-yard gains, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of 3rd and 4s, a lot of 2nd and 6s, like, you know what I'm saying. And I think, you know, we can stop guys on them early downs, you know, get them and just, you know, based off the system alone, just getting more TFLs and all that kind of stuff, getting guys behind the sticks, it's going to put us in more situations where teams can't just run the ball on us or feel like they can just line up in 2nd and 6 and be able to run the ball and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, Kenny.
And more pass rush situations, too, for Kenny and Rashawn. If you get them 2nd and 11, 3rd and 7 plus. So that all goes hand to hand is trying to figure out how to stop the run.
All right, Kenny, last 2 things so you can get packed up and come see us here in Green Bay. First, the last time I remember a player signing his contract on the start of training camp, it was you when you got your last extension. I'm wondering if, with Jordan's contract situation, is that something that you guys as his teammates are paying attention to? Because I've been arguing with Tausch, saying, I know Jordan's a great teammate, and he's one of the guys, and he wants to always do the right thing. But with the amount of money we're talking about him potentially getting and the amount of money he's scheduled to be paid this year, if I was him, I would say, hey, I'm not going to practice until this thing is done. And I feel like his teammates would totally support him and understand that. I'm wondering, from your perspective, are you just not paying attention to it, or do you kind of see where I'm coming from in that view?
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I mean, Jordan, the quarterback of the team, I think it's going to be done. I mean, they do a good job with handling that stuff, and I got full confidence that, you know, they'll get all that stuff done, and it probably won't get to that. So.
Okay, now I've saved the toughest question for last. And if you want to shut me down the next time I approach you at your locker, you go right ahead. But I have to ask. Look, Tausch teases me all the time that if I was the general manager, I would be re-signing everyone. You know, Jordy Nelson would still be playing wide receiver with you guys.
Good man.
but you know what I think of you as a player and as a dude. And my opinion, not yours, this is me saying it as me. I can't believe they didn't extend you during the offseason and have that taken care of. That's my opinion. So you're going into a contract year, and you don't have a deal in place at this point. I know you mentioned to us during the offseason program that there have been some talks. You didn't really know where they stood. Are you approaching this as possibly your last year as a Packer? And how does that influence your mentality, if at all?
Man, I mean, I approach the same. I approach it the same every year, man. Like, this is what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? This is what I love to do. I love football. I love being out there with my teammates. You know, I try not to let, you know, contract talks and all the the extra stuff, you know, get into my mind and you know, play with my mental. I just go out there and play, man. I love the game. I love being out there with my teammates. You know, I love what, you know, football has done for me, you know, and my family. So, you know, that's just my mentality. You know, whatever happens, it happens. You know, I'm forever grateful, you know what I'm saying, for everything. So I'm just playing ball, man, and I'm excited to get out there with my teammates.
Kenny, do you guys still have a conditioning test? Like, do you have to run we used to have to run the gassers.
Tausch doesn't want to run
Is there any of that stuff still, which I always thought was crazy? Hey, guys, come in. You just had a month. Run a bunch of gassers, and then we're going to have a full padded practice the next day. Is there any of that? So the nervousness, or do you guys just come in and do, like, individual workouts now when you report?
Yeah, we still got the conditioning test, but I don't know. I don't know if we got one this year. I don't know if we're doing one this year. That's a good question. But, I mean, I ain't never really been worried about the conditioning test. Like, the conditioning test is just
you're a beast.
Like, yeah, some gassers. It's you know, it's just a quick run, a little 15-minute run.
Tausch is still worried about the conditioning test. He's been on
I'm
the league
still
for more than
thinking,
a
Todd,
decade.
we got to run.
Yeah,
we
like,
still got to run those full
test.
gassers, and we got to be done in 55 seconds. Oh,
Yeah.
Kenny, it's always great to catch up with you. I'll see you on Monday, and whatever happens this season, obviously we have loved the relationship we've had with you on this show, and I've loved covering you.
Hey, Kenny,
so.
before you go, can you give us a quick scouting report on Wilde as a reporter?
Oh,
because he's always so nice to you guys. He does this to me all the time. How do the guys in the locker room, do they think Jason's just a really sensitive, nice guy? Or how do you guys view Wilde when he comes through and he's going to interview you guys?
Nah, we love Jason, man. We love Jason. And he asks great questions. Like he asks some questions that you gotta sit there and think about a little bit. You gotta really, you gotta have a real answer for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm well aware. Yes, indeed.
Congratulations, Kenny, on your next Tom Mulhern Award. You've locked it up right now.
You just locked it up.
Kenny, we'll see you Monday. Thanks for all your time, buddy. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. Yep.
Oh, man. You didn't tell me you were going to ask him that. That is Kenny Clark.
I knew I was going to throw something.